Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the WIMAXIT Portable Monitor. Now, hopefully I am pronouncing the brand or manufacturer's name. This was furnished to me for review purposes, and essentially what we're about to look at is a 15.6-inch portable IPS display. It is 1080p. It does claim to have HDR capability, Type-C powered, which is really the biggest allure to it. I'm not sure about retail pricing. I'll take a look if there's anything else on here. I see the model number is not printed, UPC, nothing there, nothing all around basically. So basically you're just seeing where it was produced in China. And if you're wondering what the utility of something like this is, well, it's got quite a bit of utility because not only is it a portable 1080p monitor, but it is also touchscreen. So as you can see right there, the reason I said WIMAXIT, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, I called it the brand rather than the manufacturers because you can see right here, Andy Sin is the actual manufacturer to my knowledge. And they should be sending me some other products to review, which I'm looking forward to sharing with all of you. So let me put this aside for right now. I don't see what else is in the box. You can see here that we have included a HDMI to mini HDMI, and that's because they are mini HDMI ports on board this portable monitor, and then a Type-C to Type-C. So good that these are included, no question about that. And what else do we have? What is inside this box? A wall adapter, I'm assuming, to power this, and that's exactly what it is. And then a Type-A to Type-C. Yep, that's correct, Type-A to Type-C. So that is how you're going to charge this, essentially. Or not charge it, but power it is what I meant to say. So let's get the box out of the way. And again, I am not sure on retail pricing for this. I think it's a little under $300 US. I will be including a link in the description to Amazon because that is where it is available. So let's go ahead and take this out. It does have an included built-in case, which seems to be some sort of faux leather. Metallic build, so we've got a cleaning cloth that is branded with the Andy Sin brand, as I was mentioning earlier. And you can see right there, customer service at Andy Sin. So apparently Jennifer is, even though that's not the English side, there is the English. Jennifer, thanking you for your purchase. So they make camera accessories, monitors, all sorts of different things. And here is your user manual, which should be fairly straightforward, just telling you what's in the box. And as I mentioned, the portable monitor, the leather case that's built in, the AC adapter, user manual, HDMI cable, and Type-C cable. And then it just goes through explaining how you can connect different devices, whether we're talking about something like the Nintendo Switch, which this is very popular for from what I've seen, a PC, your phone, if you have a Samsung branded device like myself, like the Note 9, or any of the brand new S10s, DeX, that desktop-like platform, that's going to work well on here. It does have built-in speakers. I'm not expecting much of that, but you can see right there, it says, again, that it is an IPS display, 1080p, 60 hertz, 250 nits of brightness. It does claim to be HDR compatible, but at 250 nits of brightness, that is really not going to give you true HDR. And I think that's why it's not wearing an HDR badge. So even though I read HDR, I think it's clear that it is not, and the manufacturer is not lying about that. So that's a good thing. And then it just tells you connectivity. You've got two HDMI mini ports, a Type-C port, power port, micro USB port, and a headphone port. And it is HDCP compliant. So let's take a look at this thing finally at 4.5 minutes in. So the leather case is also supposed to be a stand. Here is the screen itself. And it does have 10 points of input on the touch screen. So that is a nice feature. Doesn't everyone just love that noise? That is the noise. The noise. And there we have it. There's a fingerprint on there, but actually quite a few, considering it was sealed. But let's take a tour. I just wanted to see how this stand actually works. Never seen, I mean, I have seen, but built in, that's a new one. Doesn't appear to actually, unless I'm doing something incorrectly and I'm missing something, I'm not seeing how this stand is actually going to hold up the device. I think that's about it right there. I don't think that you're going to be able to get this in any other position. That's the only position it locks into. So that is it right there. Steady, I would not call it, but usable, absolutely. So this is easily a second, a portable second monitor on the go. It can, you can get a stand for this if you really want to. Let's go over the ports, as I mentioned earlier. You can see right here, starting at the far left, we have our headphone jack, followed by what is designated as a power port. That is a Type-C port. That is what the included power cable you saw was before. But this is a pass-through. So if you're using something like the Nintendo Switch, you can feed the Switch into here, and the Type-C output will act as input, essentially. So there is pass-through on this. So don't think that once you connect your device, because you can power this with your device, whether it's a laptop or, as I mentioned, a smartphone, that will, of course, depend on the device you're using, whether or not it is able to output enough power to drive this 15.6-inch Full HD display. But if it is, then you don't have to worry about pass-through. So you will have the ability to power this as well as still utilize, again, whatever device it may be. And then you have the two mini HDMIs, as I mentioned, so which I believe this is also capable of daisy chaining. So if you picked up two of these, you could, in theory, have two monitors, synced via the monitors being daisy chained, which is a nice feature. Not sure who necessarily needs that, but good to have rather than not. On the other side, you can see we've got our micro USB port, power button, volume rocker, menu, and then last but not least, far left, the input button. And that's pretty much it. It is a little over 2 pounds. I think it's 2.36, something like that, somewhere around there. Build quality feels good, definitely solid. I'm not plugging it in right now. I will test it out and give you feedback. And as I mentioned, this is a touchscreen. So if you are using something like a mobile device, that should benefit you. Better to have touchscreen than not, in my opinion. As I look at it right now, it looks, again, like a solid product. There are the speakers right here on the back side where all of the internals are, those two slits. And then basically just some information from WIMAXIT or WIMAXIT, USB Type-C only IPS monitor. And that really is what this is. It's a Type-C monitor that you can take with you on the go. Is it as heavy as the VAIO laptop that I'm in the process of reviewing? Yes. But for those of you out there not looking to buy a laptop, but rather complement one or complement your smartphone or have a bigger screen for your kids or for yourself with a Nintendo Switch or another console, this makes a lot of sense. And at its price, I mean, tough to beat. Competing products out there from other manufacturers do not have the feature set, the brightness of this panel from at least what I've seen on paper. So it'll be interesting to test it out and see exactly how good it is. Again, furnished to me by Andy Sin, and we'll see what other products they have to offer, but I will be following up on this for you soon, probably testing it out with the Nintendo Switch, the Note 9, and possibly a laptop, maybe the VAIO, just to see what a secondary screen, how it works as a secondary screen for the VAIO SX14. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. Hit that like button, and as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.